What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It's Aramis. I'm in a bathrobe today because I just finished my makeup. I'm actually about to be on the way to work, but yeah, I didn't really do too much with the background for this video because it was like, it's something that's been on my mind like all week, and I've been wanting to make a video about this, but it was just spur of the moment today. I was like, okay, I have to get this off my chest. I want to say a couple of years ago, on my channel, I posted a video talking about how to get over your boyfriend or girlfriend or something like that, something about a breakup. And it was a good video, don't get me wrong. It was a good video and there were a lot of helpful things in it, but since then, since that video, I have actually gone through the actual breakup, and it has been years since, and I made a lot of mistakes when I was handling that breakup, and I felt I want to talk to y'all and get a little bit more personal with y'all. Let me go ahead and say this has nothing to do with DeAndre and I today. Like, this is talking about myself 2 years ago and the mistakes that I made, and I'm trying to, if I can, the goal here is to help out someone that may be going through the same thing and just handling it the wrong way. Okay, so I would say that my breakup was definitely unique. It happened back in 2014, and I will tell you why it was unique. DeAndre and I were dating 3 years before we broke up, and we broke up around the normal time that everyone does, like a month into college. Like, it just happened, right? And I want to say 2 to 3 days later, my dad passed away. So because of that, it was like I felt like he was trying to slowly get back into my life because of sympathy, or because he felt sorry for me, or just felt like I needed him, which I definitely did. And I was so like messed up in the head from that I was just okay with it. But because of that, I ended up losing myself, because at the end of the day, if someone does not want to be with you, they just don't want to be with you, and that's just what it is. I had to realize that as an 18-year-old, that no matter how many years you had been with someone, if they had woken up the next day and said and told you that they were just not feeling it anymore, and you didn't really feel like their reason was valid, but it's really nothing to argue down, because you don't want to be in the position where you're like making someone want to be with you, because then it's not genuine, and you're just gonna argue every day, and it won't be worth the stress. I think the biggest mistake that I made during that time was going to the first person that showed me some type of attention. And I think that's a mistake that a lot of young girls make, especially young girls that were like me in long relationships and don't really know what it's like to truly be single. Like, I met DeAndre when I was 15, and you know, him and I dated like when we were really young. Prior to him, I had maybe a couple of boyfriends here and there, but I was in middle school. Like, none of that was really serious. So you don't really know how to be single. So once you really are single and you get like these guys showing you attention, now you can start reacting to it differently. See, before, when guys were giving you attention and you were in this relationship, you would just, you know, brush it off or kiki with your girls about it. But now that you're single, you can actually like decide, you know, if you're gonna feed into it or not. And my biggest mistake was not allowing myself to have enough time to really like find myself and just jumping into the next relationship because he was there. And as I said, my situation is unique because my dad did pass away days after I was broken up with. So I was extremely vulnerable to anyone that was going to show me attention, because I was lonely. And I don't regret any of these mistakes, because honestly, they made me into the woman that I am today. I just want to pass along this message in this video because I feel like I can stop a lot of young ladies from going through this and saving time. We broke up for about 6, 7, 8 months around that time, and I feel like the first 3 or 4 months of that breakup, I was really unhappy. I was really unhappy because I was trying to, you know, show him like there's not going to be anyone out there like me. Like even though I had to block him on all social media and not look at his stuff because it was like literally killing me to see him with some 16-year-old girl. It was literally killing me. We were still talking every now and then, and don't get me fucked up. I was not the one initiating conversation most of the time. I would say about 75% of the time it was him initiating conversation with me, wanting to hang out with me on the weekends, wanting to see me when he wasn't with her. And because I felt so complacent knowing that he had really wanted to be with me because he had been with me for years and this was just temporary, I would do those things. And I would go meet up with him on the weekends, and I would, you know, knowing that he had a whole girlfriend, I would go hang out with him when they were not together, knowingly, because I was young and dumb and just looking for someone to show me attention, not really knowing my true self-worth. Saying that out loud, it just makes me a lot happier to know that I have changed so much since then. Although I have gone through what I went through during that time, I don't feel like it was necessary to go through half of that stuff. I feel like if I had a video like this to tell me like, look, go take some time off. There is no way you're going to be happy in this next relationship because you're steady looking for qualities of your ex and everyone else, and it's not worth it. I mean, honestly, if the two of you decided that things were not going to work out and you guys broke up, but it was still like a mutual thing that it's like a thing, like, okay, how do I say this? If you've ever been in a relationship that was very lengthy, you know what I'm talking about. If you break up, depending on how long you have been dating prior to that, it's like a thing, like y'all know that eventually you're gonna be back together, but right now this is just time off. Like, I feel like you should just take the time off. I don't feel like you should use this to jump around and sleep around and date around, and you know, I don't really feel like you should do that. And to tell someone to be happy and make yourself happy when you're single first before you jump into a relationship, this, that, and the third, I feel like that's easier said than done. And my best advice is to stay busy. I know a lot of people told me, you need to chill and just, you know, go hang out with us, come out with us on the weekends, girl, we'll set you up, you know, chill with us, this, that, and the third. But really, I wasn't having fun like everyone else was on the weekends. I wasn't happy. I wasn't the type to go out and party when I was in a relationship, so I'm not gonna change in that way when I'm out of a relationship, because it had been so many years. I don't care for parties like that. I mean, I'll go every now and then, but I don't get the same out of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't necessarily want to connect with someone that I met at a party. And I feel like, you know, that's the first place your girls want to take you, is out. Let's go out. Like, why can't we just stay in? Why can't I just go to work? Can I just pick up an extra shift today? Like, honestly, can I, like, I don't know, can I go to my teacher's office hours today? Can I actually go to all of my classes today? Like, that is what I was trying to do. I was like, just stay busy. You don't always have to be in someone's club, at someone's kickback, at someone's party to get your mind off of stuff. I feel like the key to breaking up with someone, or the key to getting over the breakup, is to unfollow them on everything. Don't communicate at all. There should be no communication. Like, once it's been decided that things are not going to work out, communication is just a tease, and eventually when whoever finds another person first, the other person is going to be so hurt by that because there was some underlying loyalty. Like, you know, just to cut all that bullshit out and just don't talk. You cut off all communication and you cut off all social media because you don't need to see it. Okay? Number 2, you go find yourself. You go stay busy. You don't go lay in a bed and watch sad ass movies. You don't listen to sad ass music. You don't talk about the shit all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all know, you know what, it's evident to you and the other person that the breakup is there. There's no need to go on a tweet rampage, you know, on, oh my god, I hate this, da, da, da. Like, it's no point of doing all of that. Just cut it all off. Honestly, what I've learned to do is just delete all the shit off my phone. Like, every time I go, and me and DeAndre going through some shit, I will delete Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. I will delete all that shit off my phone. Also, remember that if you are the type to just fall for the guy that is just the first guy that thinks you're pretty, or the first guy that tells you that you're pretty, and this, that, and the third, you're not gonna be happy. I was so unhappy with my second choice. I was so unhappy. I was really, really, really unhappy, but I tried to make it seem like this was okay because it's someone new, something I'm not used to, and it's just different. I could adjust. But no, I was just settling, and I didn't know my self-worth at the time. So, and then at the same time, it's not just you that's suffering. You're also hurting the other person, because this man that I was dating after I dated DeAndre was so in love with me. Like, he loved me so much and so quick. He told me that he loved me. Mind you, we only dated like 2 months. He told me that he loved me really early. I never said it back to him just because I just don't play around with that phrase. But he was a good guy and he was so good to me. But when my head is so concerned about, like, you know, competing with DeAndre to see who can post like the most pictures with their new boo and who can piss the other one off more with their new boo, it's wasting his time. It is. And he doesn't deserve that. Even though he's an ass and I hate him and he hates me, it's like, he didn't deserve that. I didn't have to waste his time or mine with that bullshit. I really should have just minded my business and carried on and stayed busy and waited for DeAndre to come back. Because as we all know, he came right back. But, you know, that was after, you know, months and months and months of me trying and failing, and then one day and waking up and saying, you know what, fuck this shit. If you don't want me, that's the fuck fine. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And once I had got to that point, I was literally, what I was just talking to y'all about this video, I had gotten to this mindset, but it took me like 5 months after the breakup to get into this mindset of get it together. You know who the fuck you are. Pick your tiara up, it's slipping, and get on your shit. It took me 5 months after the breakup to get that way. So once I got on my shit, and once I got back into the game, once I got my head back into the game, it was over. It was a done deal. You know, I'm out here, I'm bossing up. I got 1 job, 2 jobs, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm going to Cali for spring break. You know, this, that, and the third. I'm doing what I want to do. This, that, and the third. Or where was I at spring break? I was in PCB that year, spring break. I'm going, you know, doing all these things, taking trips and shit without him. And I know he's watching me because he was. And during that time, me being happy, me working, me going to school, me minding my business, couple months of that, and he came right back because I wasn't, you know, begging. I wasn't showing him shit, you know what I'm saying? I was doing me. I was literally doing me. And I'm happy with the end result. I was happy that he came back, and I was happy that we were able to work things out. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you might end up meeting someone else new, and that's a completely different situation. But for me, this worked. This worked. And in the process, I found myself, I saw myself, you know, at some of my lowest points, and I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses, and I don't regret none of this shit at all. I just wanted to pass along that message to hopefully inspire some young ladies out there. And yeah, so I love y'all. I'll see y'all in my next upload. Bye.